Hello, and welcome back to our study of practical Christianity. Today we're going to look at partiality from James 2 8 to 13. If, however, you are fulfilling the royal law of Scripture, you shall love your neighbor as yourself, you are doing well. But if you show partiality, you are committing sin and are convicted by the law as violators. For whoever keeps the whole law, yet stumbles in one point, has become guilty of all. For we are he who said, "Do not commit adultery," also said, "Do not commit murder." Now, if you commit adultery, but do not commit murder, you have become a violator of the law. So speak and act as those who are to be judged by the law of freedom. For judgment will be merciless to the one who has shown no mercy. Mercy triumphs over judgment. How is showing partiality breaking the law of love? What makes us into lawbreakers? Jesus teaches that the two greatest laws are love God with all of your being, and the second is very close, love your neighbor as yourself. James says that if we show partiality, we are breaking the law. He goes on to show that in order to be considered a lawbreaker, one needs only break one law. So the same law that says it is unlawful to steal also says it is unlawful to speed. If you don't steal but neglect the speed limit, we are a lawbreaker. You see, it only takes the breaking of one law to make us a lawbreaker. How is showing partiality breaking the law of freedom? The law of freedom, or other places, the law of love, demands that we place the interests of others ahead of our own interests. It tells us that we ought to treat others the way we would like to be treated. What that means is that we should treat everyone with the same respect that we ourselves would want to be treated. It demands that we are blind to the differences manifested by other persons around us. We should we should not allow their differences to affect the way we treat them. How does seeing my fellow persons as individuals instead of a group make it easier to treat them as an equal? It is when we look at others as one of those people that we can justify our ill treatment of the individual. When we fail to see others as an individual person, but rather part of a group, different color, different ethnicity, different socioeconomic level, etc., they lose their personality to the group and therefore become a them. Does this mean we are to ignore the inequalities that we see? That we are to act as if they don't really exist? No. We're told in the previous lesson that part of the law, fulfilling the law of love, is to make efforts to correct the inequalities. We are to help those who are less fortunate to improve their lot in life. It does not mean we are to bring our others down in order to make all equal, but that the gospel is to be the common denominator that brings us all to level ground, the foot of the cross. What does James mean when he says judgment will be merciless to one who has shown no mercy? Mercy triumphs over judgment. The law of love demands that rather than seeing justice, we see we as Christ's representatives are to show the same mercy as he showed. Christ took on each of our penalties. The wages of sin is death, and died in our stead. He commands us to each to go do as he has done. We are to put the interests of others ahead of our comfort, our gain, our benefit. We are to have no enemies, but are to treat all as brothers. Finally, we are told that not only are we lawbreakers, we don't treat when we don't treat others with the same respect we deserve, but we are setting ourselves as judges. And there's only one judge and lawgiver, that is God, not us. So let us strive to fulfill the law of love and treat everyone equal. Again, if you are have received anything and benefit from this, and please share. If you have any questions or comments, please add them below. Thank you.